The cold that night was not the kind that merely brushed against the skin. It was the kind that seeped into bones, settled in the chest, and made the world feel heavier with every breath. At the edge of a flickering streetlight, a worn bus stop stood like a forgotten witness to countless untold stories. And there, beneath the dull hum of traffic and distant city noise, one small act of kindness was about to change two lives forever, though neither of them knew it yet. Before the story pulls you deeper, take a moment. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the idea that small actions can quietly reshape destinies, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel. Your support keeps stories like this alive. The man standing near the bus stop was named Adam, though to the city he was invisible. He was in his early 30s, with tired eyes that had seen too many closed doors and too few open ones. His jacket was thin, the kind bought years ago during better times, now faded at the elbows and fraying at the seams. Adam had once believed life would be different. He had dreamed of stability, of a career that mattered, of a home that felt warm not just in temperature but in meaning. But layoffs had come, followed by months of rejection emails, dwindling savings, and finally nights where dinner was optional and hope felt like a luxury. That evening, Adam had just come from another unsuccessful interview. The smile he had practiced in the mirror had faded somewhere between the office elevator and the bus stop. His shoulders slumped not just from exhaustion, but from the quiet shame of feeling left behind in a world that seemed to be moving too fast for him to catch up. As he waited, rubbing his hands together for warmth, he noticed her. She stood a few steps away, near the edge of the shelter, clearly struggling against the cold. She wore a simple coat that was far too light for the weather, her arms wrapped tightly around herself as if trying to hold her own warmth in place. Her hair was neatly tied back, and despite the shivering, there was a quiet dignity in the way she carried herself. She did not complain or seek attention. She simply endured. Adam hesitated. He knew the cold too well. He also knew that his jacket was the only real protection he had against the biting wind. Without it, the bus ride home would be unbearable. And yet, something about the woman stirred a familiar ache in his chest. Not attraction, not curiosity, but recognition. He saw in her the same silent struggle he felt in himself, the same unspoken battle to remain strong when circumstances offered no mercy. The city lights reflected off the damp pavement as a gust of wind cut through the bus stop. The woman visibly trembled, her breath turning faintly white in the air. Adam's thoughts raced with practical concerns, with fear, with the instinct to protect what little he had left. But louder than all of that was a quieter voice, one that reminded him of who he had been before life hardened him. It reminded him that once, long ago, someone had helped him without asking for anything in return. Before doubt could reclaim him, Adam stepped forward and gently placed his jacket over the woman's shoulders. He did not speak. He did not wait for gratitude. He simply did what felt right, even as the cold immediately clawed at his own skin. The woman looked at him with surprise, her eyes wide, clearly unprepared for such an act from a stranger. For a moment, the noise of the city seemed to fade, replaced by something softer, something human. Adam stepped back, his hands already numb, his heart strangely lighter. He expected nothing. In his mind, this was not a heroic gesture or a sacrifice worthy of recognition. It was simply a choice. A reminder that even when life strips everything away, kindness is one thing no one can take from you unless you let them. The bus arrived soon after, its headlights cutting through the darkness. They boarded separately, standing apart, each lost in their own thoughts. Adam stared out the window as the city passed by, unaware that the woman behind him was watching him with an intensity that surprised even herself. Her name was Elena, though Adam did not know it. To him, she was just a cold woman at a bus stop. To the world, however, she was something else entirely. Elena was the CEO of a multinational technology company, a position she had earned through relentless discipline, sharp intelligence, and years of sacrifice. She was accustomed to boardrooms, private drivers, and decisions that affected thousands of employees. That night, her car had broken down unexpectedly, and she had insisted on sending her driver home rather than waiting in the cold. She had wanted to feel normal, anonymous, unprotected by status or wealth. What she had not expected was to feel so vulnerable. As the bus moved through the city, Elena's thoughts churned. She replayed the moment again and again, the simple way Adam had offered his jacket without hesitation, without knowing who she was or what she owned. In her world, generosity often came with contracts, expectations, and hidden motives. But this had been different. This had been pure. Over the following days, Adam's life continued much as before. He woke early, scanned job listings, sent resumes, and faced silence in return. The cold lingered in his chest, a reminder of the night he had given away his jacket, which he never got back. He did not regret it, though. In fact, that small act had ignited something he thought he had lost. It reminded him that he was still capable of goodness, still human in a world that often reduced people to numbers and titles. What Adam did not know was that Elena had not forgotten him. She had made inquiries, discreetly, carefully. Using only the memory of the bus route and the time, she had traced the path backward until she found him. Not because she felt indebted, but because she felt curious. She wanted to understand how someone with so little could give so freely. When their paths crossed again, it was not in a dramatic reveal or a grand gesture. It was in a modest community center where Adam volunteered twice a week, helping distribute food to families struggling even more than he was. Elena observed from a distance, watching the way he moved with quiet purpose, the way he treated everyone with the same respect, regardless of their situation. In that moment, she saw something she rarely encountered in her professional life, integrity untouched by success or failure. What followed was a gradual shift in Adam's life, though he did not realize the cause at first. He received a call about a job opportunity, then another. Doors that had remained stubbornly closed began to crack open. One position stood out, offering not just a salary, but dignity. It was with a company undergoing cultural change, one that valued empathy as much as efficiency. Adam walked into the interview unaware that Elena sat on the board, watching from behind a one-way glass. She recognized the same tired eyes, the same quiet strength. When he spoke about teamwork, about resilience, about the importance of seeing people as more than resources, Elena felt something tighten in her chest. She knew then that this was no coincidence. This was alignment. Near the end of the story, if this journey of quiet kindness and unseen impact is touching your heart, please take a moment to like the video, share it with someone who believes in humanity, and subscribe to the channel. Your engagement helps spread stories that remind us who we are at our best. Adam was offered the job. Not as charity, not as repayment, but because he deserved it. He never learned about Elena's identity until much later, and when he did, it shook him. The realization that the woman he had helped without a second thought was someone so powerful forced him to confront a profound truth. Kindness does not flow from power. Power flows from kindness. Before the story ends, we have a special request for you. Please comment below and share what this story made you feel, or a moment when a small act of kindness changed your life. Your words matter more than you know. In the end, Adam reclaimed more than stability. He reclaimed belief. Elena, despite all her success, gained something equally valuable, a reminder of why she had started her journey in the first place. The bus stop still stood under the same flickering light, still cold, still ordinary. But somewhere within its quiet presence, a truth remained. You never know who you are helping, and more importantly, you never know how far a single act of kindness can travel.